The rods, a lot of people, we take for granted what kind of rods are in some really good race engines. Like, we have bearings, the bearings in race cars, Hayabusas, ZX14s, lots of really high-end Formula One, NASCAR, Pro Stock car, Top Fuel, Funny Car, all those have, Babbitt bearings, which rely on oil pressure as a film to separate the metal, the crankshaft from the bearings. But our Harleys have caged roller bearings. A lot of folks don't know this, but this rod is one piece. Can't take the cap off. Can't change the bearing. The bearings go in the rods. And all of these little rollers. I'll show you what one looks like. This is all the front cylinder has right here. The pressure. One of the rods has a long bearing in it, this long. Has a nice long bearing in it. Fits in here in a wide race. This right here is a cage. It holds all these rollers in place. And the rear has two of these. Or I guess it's the front, whichever one. I've seen them both ways. We have engines coming in here with the rods in backwards. Sounds crazy. But as you can see, this cage is long enough, wide enough for this rod, and it takes two cages to do this rod. Now, have you ever heard of a knife and fork rod combination? These are the new Corellos. These are the replacement rods for the Milwaukee 8, 2017, 18, 19, 20. Corello makes these to go in the Milwaukee 8s. And this is how it works. All the horsepower and all the pressure goes through these two little skinny bearings here and this little skinny bearing here. And they have cages and rollers. There's several people building cranks out there that do a great job, but this is so much similar to what the Pro Stock Suzukis are running right now. A Pro Stock Suzuki, like Jerry Savoy and the War Team and Vance and Hines Pro Stock engines, have these kind of rods. They're a lot smaller, okay? But they use caged roller bearings. I just thought you would think it was interesting that this is the little jewelry inside of your connecting rods. I don't know if you can see this, but it's a whole bunch of these. This bag right here, just enough for the two rods in this in this race here. Now on a Pro Stock NHRA S&S engine, like for Matt Smith's, maybe some of those Buell guys that have the older 160 that have the roller bearing rods in them, this is the main bearing. This big old thing here. It has ceramic balls in it, and we run rods like this, and we run rod bearings like this, and we turn it 10,500 RPM, and it makes 400 horsepower. And that is a 160 cubic inch V-twin, 2 cylinders. It makes a 600, pretty much, cubic inch V8, and I just thought it was interesting. A lot of folks that have Harleys, twin cams, Evos, Milwaukee 8s, Sportsters, they don't realize that they have this combination. It's called a knife and fork, or a male and a female rod. It was designed in the 1800s, put into place, and they are inline, where both cylinders are directly in line with each other. No offset. Late model, more V8s, like a Chevrolet, Ford, Chrysler, have side-by-side rods, so therefore the cylinders are offset front to rear as well. I just wanted to share how unusual this bearing is and how unusual these little rollers are to be able to handle that kind of load and pressure. So we're asking a lot of this little thing to hold all the horsepower. Not gonna take a bunch of time on that, but I wanted to share. When you want a set of Corello rods for your Milwaukee 8 or for your twin cam, this is what they look like. These are the same length and same width as a stock rod. It's just they are made out of some serious material. And the manufacturing process is incredible for strength, reliability, and performance. They're heavier than stock, but what good is a lightweight rod if it won't hold up? None. It's just for looks. These are not for looks. They look pretty, and you'd hate to put them in your engine, but these will handle the stress.